So, Mandy, perhaps just give us the background as to what led you to contact working with cancer when you did.
I was diagnosed with bowel cancer in February of 2014, and I took 14 months off work through my treatment and recovery, and that involved 3 surgeries and 6 months of chemotherapy. I returned to work in June of 2015, initially on a phased return, working up to full-time hours by September of 2015.
And what were the challenges that you faced in returning to work at that stage of your recovery?
Barbara, the physical exhaustion following treatment was difficult for me. I found that I didn't have the same stamina that I had previously. And when you're going through treatment, you're just going, trying to get as well as quickly as possible. And so upon returning to work, I really struggled with the tiredness and stamina issues. The emotional impact of the illness also caught up with me at that stage. My confidence took a huge knock upon returning to work. Some of the other challenges were integrating into a very changed workplace. So the modern working environment moves very quickly. In my case, I came back to a new manager, a new team, and a completely different team working structure. And I found that very challenging because what I really needed at the time was just stability, structure, and predictability.
Perhaps I should just say a little bit about how the coaching works. It's very much geared to the individual's need, their stage of their recovery, how they are in themselves, both physically and emotionally. It's goal-oriented, very much tailored to the individual's agenda, what's important to them at that stage. Normally a session is about an hour long, it's confidential, but we also provide advice and guidance to the individual's line manager if we're working with an organisation, and to their HR professional as well if they need it. And typically the coaching may last 6 to 12 months depending on the individual's needs, and we may meet either face-to-face or talk via Skype or FaceTime or phone, whatever works. Why do you think the coaching proved so beneficial to you?
The coaching provided me with practical as well as emotional support. It helped me predict the unknown. I was wandering into unknown territory, so I found that enormously helpful. It was also very objective. At times during my return to work, I thought I was going crazy, and working with you helped me see that it wasn't about that. What I was going through was pretty normal and part of the recovery pathway. I also derived enormous benefit from the specialized focus on the coaching. Services like employee assistance programs and occupational health play a role. My experience was that they weren't specialized enough to help me with the support that I needed.
And finally, perhaps you could give us what would be your recommendations and top tips for the people who are watching this film.
The journey to recovery is long and uneven, and there's no normal. Everybody is different and everybody will move at their own pace. Certainly I expected that I would be up and running and fully functioning at the 3-month point. The reality for me was very different. So don't expect too much too soon. The other piece of advice I would give is to be open with your manager, with your peers. Let them know what you need and drive your own pathway. The other thing that's important to know is to know your rights. Anybody who has been diagnosed with cancer is covered by the Equality Act for life.